Good morning, viewers and my students. Welcome to our virtual classroom. We are facing with a very tough time and passing through a quarantine period. Right now, we are confined within the four walls. Our life never stands still until we are in coffin. Just I wanna suggest you that forget what is or was happened. Just take precaution and run ahead. In this context, a well known line of tension goes for man may come, man may go, but I go on forever. Well, I would like to say Corona may come and go, but we will overcome and go on forever. So, welcome to today's class, and today I am going to introduce uh, with you a chapter named The Fun They Had. It's a science fiction and it is written by Isaac Asimov. Before going to the chapter, we must know the biography of the writer. So, for let's listen the biography. Isaac Asimov, a Russian-born American author, was one of the finest writers of science fiction in the 20th century. An author and a biochemist, he is also said to have written more than 500 books, including some bestsellers such as the Foundation series and I, Robot. He coined the term robotics and received many awards during his lifetime. This is all about a short biographical sketch on Isaac Asimov. Another most important thing we must know, that is today's best science fiction writer's name. Neil Gaiman, David Drake, and John Verley. These are the most important writers of 21st century science fiction. And now we'll go to the summary of this chapter. There are four characters which plays crucial role in the story. The first important character is Margie, a girl of 11 years who wished to be a part of the schools of the past. Second most important character is Tommy, a boy of 13 years who lives close to where Margie lives. Another one, Margie's mother, a lady who was very disciplined and was careful about study of her daughter. And not the last is county inspector, a round little man with red face who came to repair the mechanical teacher of Margie. So the story revolves around basically within the four characters. The two most important character is Margie and Tommy. Now, so the overview of the chapter is that when the chapter starts with the introductory line, that is, the Tommy found a real book. The diary entry of Margie reveals that Tommy had found a real book. The entry reveals the date 21st March 2157, showing that the story is set much into the future. The book was a very old one, just like one that her grandfather had in his time as a student. Its pages were yellow and cranky, and she found it very funny to read the words. And the next point is the feeling about the book. What was the feeling after getting the old cranky book? When Tommy had the book in his hand, he called it a waste because after one time reading it could be thrown away. Some feeling was with Margie too. Tommy found that book in the attic of his house, and that book was about a school. Margie hated her school a lot because her mechanical teacher was giving her test after test in geography, and she was not doing well. So her mother had asked the county inspector to come and find what was wrong. The next point is the arrival of county inspector. Margie had thought that he would take her mechanical teacher away completely, but it was not so. The inspector said the teacher right within an hour or so. He told her mother that her geography sector had geared up too fast and therefore Margie was having troubles. However, it had been slowed down so that she would be okay with its level. Another new context is the old kind of school. On reading that book, Tommy had a discussion about the school with Margie. The old kind of schools were a building common to all and with human teachers who would teach all the boys and girls the same thing if they were of the same age. He gave them tests as well as homework. Margie wanted to know more about those kinds of funny schools, but it was time for her to go to her school. It was time for Tommy too, for his school, and both of them decided to read the book later. So the next 2 point is very important, that is the Margie's classroom. Margie's classroom was next to her bedroom, where the mechanical teacher was flashing and waiting for her. Her school was open every day except Saturday and Sunday. Margie's mother believed that girls learn better if they do it regularly. The mechanical teacher was flashing with a lesson on arithmetic. Margie had to put yesterday's homework in the proper slot. The mechanical teacher never forgot to ask for the homework. Margie being next and the last important thing, the Margie being nostalgic. Margie was sitting in front of her mechanical teacher, but she was thinking of the good old days when the kids had a common time and play to study. She was also thinking of the human teacher that used to teach them. She was thinking of the fun they used to have at that time. So in this context, we have discussed the biography and the summary of this chapter. The main important point is that first you read the chapter properly and then listen the summary. I hope you like my video. If you like, then subscribe and like it. Thank you.